Alright, my Jamaican people, let's take a break from our scheduled program here and get into this promo of a wonderful product from a company called Soninka Limited. Soninka Limited Solar Lighting. They have interior lighting available. Extra bright street lights like you're seeing in this video clip available. You can use these lights to light up your streets and avenues, lanes and corners, your backyard, your farm, your front yard, any which part need lighting. And this is all powered by God's Son. Solar, no man, solar. You don't have a JPS bill to pay. And they are available island wide. So check it. Intelligent lighting control, dimmable remote controlled, rechargeable on cloudy days. Listen, hook up, link up with Soninka right now. Oh, and tell them SouFLoTV sent you and get a nice discount. And get yourself out of the darkness and into the light. Back to our regular scheduled program at hand. Peace. Hey, welcome back to the channel, y'all. If you've never been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you're notified every time a new video goes up on this channel, especially when we do our updates on the immigration situation in the United States of America today. Homeland Security is now urging Americans to snitch on your former lovers. Report your former lovers to ICE. They actually have a program right now that's called From Domestic Abuser to Deported Loser. From domestic abuser to deported loser. Say, for instance, you were dating a Jamaican and the Jamaican is out of status, right? The relationship ended badly. This Jamaican used to put hands on you or used to treat you any kind of way. Now is the time for you to get your get back. You're not with them anymore. You've moved on with your life, but they're still in the country somewhere out there. Just report them to ICE. It's a person who is not supposed to be here. They're out of status, and ICE will do the rest, locating them and getting them up out of here. The thing is with ICE is these agents are walking past people every day who are out of status, but they don't really know. So sometimes they randomly check somebody and they get lucky. And then other times they get intelligence from somewhere and they hit a location and they get lucky there as well, right? So the Department of Homeland Security is encouraging Americans to report abusive ex-partners to immigration officials, saying that the case of an individual who went from domestic abuser to deported loser is what they want the case to be. The comments were shared on a post on X, used to be Twitter, featuring a link to the Immigration and Customs Enforcement tip line. They actually have a tip line for this. And they were in response to a previous post from Florida Attorney General James Othmere. The Florida official, an outspoken backer of the Donald Trump administration immigration agenda, and also the force behind the state's now infamous Alligator Alcatraz migrant detention center, describing taking a trip or a tip from an abusive individual who overstayed their visa and steering the accused individual towards deportation. This is how it was said. We recently got a tip from someone whose abusive ex-lover overstayed a tourism visa. He is now queued up for deportation. If your ex is in this country illegally, please feel free to reach out to our office. We would be happy to assist. Damn it, man. So you can imagine, right? You ended your relationship. The relationship was not a good one, but you were in love when you were in that relationship. And you know, people pillow talk. Hey, babe, I got something to tell you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not straight in this country. What you mean you're not straight in this country? I'm not supposed to be here. Like, I overstayed. My visa is out of date. I don't have any papers to be here. Like, I could get picked up by ICE. Immigration will deport me. I'm trying to adjust my status though, or I'm going to try one day, right? So they have that secret now. There's a lot of people out here who are in relationships with somebody right now who has citizenship or is of proper stature, and they themselves are not. And this is such a big secret that people don't tell the closest people to them that they meet outside of family members. Your family members might know, some of them might know, but your status is actually something that people keep a secret because of many reasons. Employers have used this information to abuse workers by holding back their paychecks, cutting their paychecks in half, taking half of their money, keeping them in servitude. It has even gone as far as them cornering these employees and demanding sexual favors in order to keep that secret, or I'm going to call ICE on you and I'm going to set you up so that you get arrested and deported. You would be surprised to know the situation that a lot of people are in, which begs to go into the conversation of be careful how you come foreign and who you tell about your status when you're here, if you're one of those people trying to get your stuff together, because people will use stuff against you. People meet and make friends out there in the public, and they don't even tell their closest friends, because the minute your friend becomes your friend no more, then out the door your secret goes. You know he not straight in this country, yeah, he illegal. I'm gonna call ICE on him. People tend to be vindictive. You end a relationship, you moved on with somebody else who seems to be better than the person you were with. I don't know, maybe better in character, maybe treats you better. Maybe it looks like you're prospering with that individual and you've moved on happily. They see you out there at the grocery store, you smiling, all 32 of your teeth are showing every time they see you with this person. They remember when you were with them, it was just so misery driven type of a depressive relationship that it had to end. They are bitter. Most people blame somebody else when their relationships end. A lot of people do not take accountability and they don't blame themselves or for the part they played in it going the way that it went. They will simply blame you. So ICE is looking to capitalize off of this right here. If you got an ex out there who was ever abusive to you, who you know is out of status in this country, give us a call. We'll take the rest from there and gladly help you to get this person up out of the country. ICE tip line for this has been running hot. The ICE tip reportedly received about 15,000 calls per month. That's how many people, are like, I'm sending your ass back to where you come from. Matter of fact, there are even people here who are married to people who are out of status, who now, you know, when a relationship starts out and everything is good and somebody is trying to get you to do things for them, like get you to marry them so they can get their papers. So they rush it, right? And you're like, you know what? I'm in love with you anyways. So we're going to do this. It's a legitimate marriage, whatever. And then because they're the sweetest person ever, they listen. They are reciprocal. They are loving, caring, understanding. They know how to say I'm wrong. They don't disrespect you. And then as soon as you get married, right? It's taken a while for them to get their paperwork. As soon as you get married, this person changes into a whole different person. Then those people are some of the people who are calling ICE. Like, you know what? Instead of getting a divorce, I'm going to just go ahead and call ICE, act like I didn't know what happened, get you the hell up out of here so I can move on with my life. We've seen quite a few of these people. People are asking them, so you voted for Donald Trump, and now your wife has been deported. How does that make you feel? And are you still a Trump supporter? And I've seen these people on television saying, yes, I am still, yes, I am still a Trump supporter. I feel bad that she got deported, but I'm still a Trump supporter. These are the people who've been calling them people on you, right? So the ICE tip line has reportedly been receiving over 15,000 calls per month. In addition to social media posts featuring the tip line, the Trump administration has also sought other unorthodox ways of pursuing its campaign of mass deportation. Remember, Donald Trump promised us, you are going to see the biggest mass deportation campaign the United States of America has ever seen, meaning more than ever people will be deported from the United States of America. They have also just started the denaturalization focus to add that. So don't worry about being illegal. There are those who are perfectly legal who will still end up on the chopping block. The administration actually converted a Biden administration asylum appointment app, which is called the CBP Home app. They converted that app into a portal where immigrants can actually register themselves for deportation. You have a deadline to register yourself at this CBP app. If ICE pulls up on you and they're like, oh, you out of status, you got to get up out of here, they'll handcuff you, you can actually say to them, I'm registered with the CBP app as a person who wants to self-deport. I've already told them, made my intentions clear. I just don't have the finances, the wherewithal to do so, so I'm waiting on some help. And they'll actually help assist you in being deported. If you are not on that list and you have not reported yourself, then you are considered to be someone who is hiding out, trying to evade the law, and they will do whatever they have to do: zip tie you, handcuff you, apprehend you, arrest you, take you in, process you through, and send you on your way, right? The administration has also offered a $1,000 incentive for undocumented people who self deport. The catch to that is you get that $1,000 when you get to your country, wherever you're going. You won't be getting $1,000 in your hands when you get on a plane. Of course, a lot of people are questioning that. And if you think about it, if you say, okay, I'm self deporting, I need some money, and they're like, okay, we're going to give you $1,000. How do you get your $1,000 if they decide not to pay you when you get to the other side? There's nobody for you to sue. There's no line for you to call, nobody for you to curse out and say, you tricked me. Nothing. So a lot of people are actually looking at the $1,000 part as just a catch. Federal immigration officials are saying that they remain committed to pursuing deportations against convicted criminals and the worst of the worst. Though, so far, efforts have actually cast a wide net and involves thousands upon thousands of those who actually have no criminal history. So you see how this started out. In order to get everybody on their side, this was all about removing criminals and removing the worst of the worst kind. Of course, this would get everybody on their side. Nobody wants to be around the worst of the worst criminals. Round their asses up, take them up out of here. This is the land of opportunity. If you came here, you should be on some positive stuff. You should be on trying to work and build your life up and support yourself and become independent and successful. You shouldn't be here getting involved in criminal activities, especially the ones that harm others or harm American citizens. So get their asses up out of here. That was the agenda. What we've seen and what the record is stating, that majority of the people who are apprehended, thousands upon thousands of them, are actually people with no criminal record. But guess what? It doesn't matter. because those who support this agenda and support the Trump administration, they will go right off into saying this. Well, if you're here illegally, that's a criminal activity. So you're already a criminal anyways. And I want to make it absolutely clear that that was not what this was about. The rapists, those who commit crimes, robberies, scamming, you name it, abuse, physical abuse, those kind of people are the people, murderers. Those are the kind of people they wanted to get out of the country, and they were calling those people criminals, not for simply being here. ICE claimed on Tuesday that roughly 70% of the people that it has arrested during the Trump administration have been convicted or charged with crimes, although the agency considers violations ranging from felony violations to illegal entry a petty offense under federal law on equal footing. So they'll classify you as a criminal even though you haven't done anything criminal. Now, contrarily, more than 70% of those in immigration detention actually have no criminal convictions. There's a difference between being accused and having a conviction. Over 70% of the people in ICE custody have no criminal conviction, and this is according to an analysis of government data by Syracuse University. Now, being unlawfully present in the U.S., as is the case for many people who entered the country perfectly legal, not illegal, perfectly legal, but they overstayed their visas, that in itself is not a criminal offense on its own. I know a lot of people think it is, but the law is not what you think. The law is what's on the books. And on the books, the law says that being here, overstaying your visa after entering legally is not a criminal offense on its own. It is actually a civil offense. So acting ICE Director Todd Lyons recently said to CBS News that the agency still prioritizes going after serious offenders, but said that sanctuary jurisdictions that eschew cooperation with federal immigration officials mean that ICE agents must go out into the field to make these arrests. Some people are not working with them, so they got to go out into the field and find people. And while they're out there looking for the hardened criminals, hey, if they come across a few low-hanging fruits, they're scraping those up as well. Now, during these operations, the Trump administration has authorized agents to make so-called collateral arrests of undocumented migrants who were not the intended target of a raid after the practice was curtailed under the Biden administration. So under Biden administration, they went after criminals. If they actually got your grandmother or your grandfather or Uncle Tio, who had been here for like 20 years, and he's worked and he is paid into the system and he is just isn't straight with his paperwork, but he has no criminal convictions, no open criminal case or anything, they would leave him alone. He would be allowed to continue to file his paperwork and wait to be processed through the system, right? Under Trump administration, it's different. These are called collateral arrests. So if they came for somebody and they didn't get that person, or if they got the person they came for, but there's somebody else hanging around and those people are not in status, take those along with the criminal too. This has resulted in over 70% of those in custody being people without a criminal conviction. So the independent part of this information, the serious part of this information I want you to independently think about is this. No one is off limits. In past administrations, I know that I've seen people say, oh, you guys never said anything when Obama was scraping up everybody and sending them away, deporting everybody. He is the king of deportation. And I continue to tell everybody this. Under the Obama administration, criminals were deported. He did it, and he did it with tact. If you beat your wife, blacked her eye, bruised her ribs, put her in a hospital, that level of abuse. If you were a repeat offender, thief, murderer, driving without a driver's license and killing somebody, then finding out, like vehicular homicide, uh, drug dealer, drug deals gone bad, turned murderer. What those are the kind of people that the Obama administration were seeking out. Under the Obama administration, they actually created a pathway to citizenship and created a level of amnesty for people who had been here for a number of years, who did not have a criminal record, who had demonstrated that all I want to do is be here and work, pay my bills, and raise my family and live peacefully. I've been here 10 years. I don't have a criminal record. I've never been in run-ins with the law. Please allow me to come out from the shadows and pursue life and the pursuit of happiness in this beautiful country. And they created a pathway for that, all while still deporting many. Under the Obama administration, you never heard a story of a 82-year-old who had lived in the U.S. for 40 years and was a legal entry person who gained asylum and was awarded asylum, who simply lost his green card, cannot find it, and he is deported back to where he came from. You never heard that. And you never saw children being zip-tied and handcuffed alongside their parents and then being deported. It was done in a different way, right? Now, back to this right here. If you are out of status and your ex knows it, you might be on the chopping block. This hotline is running hot for ICE. They are said that they are getting over 15,000 calls per month. We're talking about ex-lovers reporting their ex and their status so that ICE can go after them. Leave your comments in the comment section below. I'll catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.